lot of DMs often say that it's difficult to make D&D combat challenging, and I'm inclined to agree with them. By level 5, most parties can go supernova, ending encounters before they really even start. And on the other hand, DMs can always just throw a high CR monster their way and easily lead to a player death that can sometimes feel targeted. So how do we fix this? The answer is easier than you think. Let's say you throw a normal goblin at the adventuring party. It's just one goblin. It'll get nuked. Unless the party, of course, adopts it and calls it Boogers the Annihilator or something. Okay, back to the point. What if there's now 3 goblins and they're hiding in a bush? They'll have advantage on their first attack and deal damage, but that's it. How about we add 1 hobgoblin captain to the mix now? Because of the aura of authority, the goblins will now have constant advantage on the party as long as their targets are within 10 feet of the captain. This is what I would like to call a monster combo. Monster combos are where 2 monster stat blocks work well together to create a threat that could be disastrous if it's not dealt with. I've come up with 10 monster combos for you to try in your D&D campaigns. If you have more monster combos that I haven't listed here, let everyone know in the comments. My name is Jabba Baba. Let's jump into the meat of the video. For this list, I've tried to move away from obvious monster combos like the Goblinoid combo I just mentioned, but there are some that are devious and I think deserve an honorable mention. For starters, the fungi stat block on pages 125 and 126 of the Monster Manual is surprisingly deadly. The gas spores have a trait called Death Burst, which makes a poisonous gas explosion upon its death. The party does not succeed the Constitution saving throw, will be poisoned for 1d12 hours, and will die if it's not cured. This goes up in difficulty if you add the Necro Hulk into the mix. With the bonus action Absorb Body, which gives the unlucky player disadvantage on Constitution saving throws. This means that when the gas spore dies, that player will now most likely not succeed the save. So this combo revolves around the 4-legged creatures, the giant frogs or toads. Firstly, they can jump super far, and secondly, they can also swallow creatures. So the combo starts that the bullywugs will march up first, tanking on the melee characters. After that, the frogs or toads will leap into the back line and swallow spellcasters, taking acid damage over time if they can't escape. So this combo revolves around the Kenku's ability Eldritch Lantern. In short, it casts Fairy Fire, which will then provide advantage for the allies of the Kenku. In this case, we use shadows because if the shadows hit, they now reduce the character's strength scores, which can be very deadly for spellcasters and makes strength-based martials less likely to hit you. In a lot of cases, this could be more deadly than you realize, so in case you don't want to fully outright kill your party, you might want to swap it out with zombies instead. So this combo revolves around the jellies and their split ability. So as a reaction, they can split into 2 when they're hit with lightning or slashing damage. And guess what the Archpriest does? That's right, they can cast Shield of Faith. While technically true, the Archpriest can actually deal lightning damage at a distance, allowing these jellies to split. They are also immune to lightning damage, so it's also a win-win. I think it's time for another honorable mention. This time, it's the Red Dragon and the Iron Golem. The golems can heal from the fire breath that the red dragons can dish out, making them a very powerful duo. But I feel like it's the most common combo I hear about, making it an honorable mention. This combo works the exact same as the honorable mention, but is a little bit more reliable because the Will-O-Wisps only have to hit the flesh golem for it to heal. With an AC of 9, that makes it very reliable to land. Will-O-Wisps on top of that are surprisingly deadly, making this one of my favorite combos to try. For this combo, I like to imagine this combat in the alleyway of a city. The Aeromancer casting Gust of Wind, making it harder for the players to reach him, and the Stalker dealing damage over time, while the party has no idea they even exist. They just suspect that it's from the wind choking them, but it's actually the Stalker that's killing them. As the fight continues though, I'd probably give them hints to what is actually happening, but I think this would be a fun, almost puzzle-like encounter. This combat can act like two phases. The nobles will be surrounded by guards and soldiers that will protect them at all costs, when at the end, plot twist, they've all been infiltrated by intellect devourers. If the party is low enough in health, this makes the battle from bad to worse, as they become the main course, the Mind Flayer's 5-course meal of this town. While on the topic of Mind Flayers, this combo relies heavily on big AoE effects. The Hulk runs into the middle of the party, attempting to confuse them with Confusing Gaze, followed up by the Mind Flayer's Mind Blast. The Mind Flayer doesn't actually really care about the Umber Hulk's well-being. It's mainly focused on eating the brains of the party, making this a very deadly combo. This next combo relies on the potent and limited foresight abilities of the Cyclops, allowing the mage to stay alive as long as it can to deal as much damage as possible. I like to imagine the mage as a divination wizard, just because the flavor text of the Cyclops state that they oppose those who go against fate. But you do whatever you want. I'm giving you the tools to make a powerful combo. You have the freedom to implement it however you want. It's time for my last honorable mention. When the Monster Manual came out last year, there was one big combo that I knew immediately, which was the Mage and Shield Defender. At this point, they're iconic. They pair so well together that it is criminal not to use them together. The possibilities are endless for the amount of combos you can pull off, but I want to challenge myself in these combos and think outside the box, making it an honorable mention. When you think of a Lich, you often think of an undead army following behind them. But what if we change that? The Helmed Horrors are created by magic and follow their creator's commands. What if the Lich made them in their mortal life and now are following them in their undead life? This monster combo makes them very defensive against spells due to their spell immunity, and the new 2025 Lich is already busted, so it makes this combo challenging and deadly for a final boss in your campaign. And finally, number 10. This combo really revolves around the genie casting Wish for one of the minions. Wish on its own can completely change the course of the combat, making it the highest difficulty monster combo here. What if the low HP creatures get close to dying and the fight is going in the party's favor? One wish can fully undo all the damage dealt, healing everyone back to full. I wouldn't recommend doing this strategy more than once in a fight because it'll be too unbalanced and it doesn't make sense for a genie to do so. I'd use creatures from the plane of Earth for the title, but you can use any genie for this. Thank you all so much for watching. If you made it to the end, please drop a sub. This channel is a passion project of mine, and I'd love for you to be along for the ride. Thank you again. I hope you have a great day.